This is the insane story of how a Russian man with a certain 1930s German obsession moved to Mexico, harassed locals, and ended up at the center of one of the most shocking mob attacks in recent internet history. But how did a guy like this ended up in Mexico in the first place? And why did a whole neighborhood wanted him dead? Today, we are diving into the wild and disturbing life of Aleksei Makeev, aka Lord Nazi Russo, and the chaotic chain of events that led to murder, riots, and a man getting nearly beaten to death in his own house. Aleksei Viktorovich Makeev was born in Russia in 1974. Honestly, even before he was known as the douche he is known today, his life was already a little off. In his native country, Alexei had a reputation, not for anything good, but mostly for being deeply unstable. Russian authorities had him on the radar for violent and antisocial behavior. According to local news outlets, he was committed to psychiatric institutions multiple times. He was aggressive, paranoid, and had a weird obsession with power. And not the normal kind of obsession. No, this guy openly idolized Adolf Hitler. Swastikas, Nazi salutes, hate-filled rants, and he didn't hide it. He had a swastika tattoo and would wear Nazi-themed gear in public like it was just whatever. So how did someone like that end up in Mexico? At some point around 2015, Makeev packed up and moved to Cancún. No one's totally sure why he moved. Maybe he thought it would be a quiet place to live. Maybe he wanted to escape scrutiny in Russia, or maybe he was just following some delusion. He claimed to be a retired engineer and supposedly had enough money to live comfortably. No job, no real friends, just a camera, a YouTube channel, and a whole lot of hate. And free time. This is where things go from weird to, well, weirder. Instead of laying low, Alexei started filming himself harassing people on the street. Mostly working-class Mexicans just going about their day. He will shove a phone in someone's face and start screaming insults. Racist slurs, rants about how Mexicans were animals or stupid. He will laugh when people got angry. He wanted a reaction. He will post these clips to his YouTube channel where they quickly gain attention. People call him out, reported him, and even tried to get him deported. But Alexei didn't care. If anything, he leaned in harder. He thought it made him powerful and popular. His nickname online was Lord Nazi Russo. This because of the obvious, but the Lord part is how Latin America calls out Karens and Darrens, lords and ladies. At first, the police tried to intervene. He was warned multiple times. People filed complaints, human rights groups spoke up, but because of bureaucratic messes, international law complications, and a lack of legal grounds for deportation, he stayed. That led to a lot of locals feeling like the system failed them. And when people feel ignored for too long, they take matters into their own hands. And that is exactly what happened. May 19th, 2017. Someone said Alexei hurt a child. That part turned out to be a lie, but by then, it didn't matter. Hundreds of people showed up outside his house. It started as shouting, then rock throwing, then people broke down his door. When the mob entered his house, Alexei grabbed a knife. Someone said he was trying to defend himself. Others say he was waiting for a chance to attack. Either way, he stabbed a 20-year-old man named Carlos Eduardo. Carlos died from the wound. He wasn't armed, he was just caught in the chaos. After that, the crowd turned into something out of a horror movie. They beat Alexei within an inch of his life. You can actually find videos online. They are very graphic, loud, and horrifying. People smashed windows, dragging him out, shouting for blood. By the time police arrived, he was barely alive. He was rushed to the hospital with a shattered skull, internal bleeding, and broken bones. Miraculously, he survived. Now here is where the internet really splits in two. Some people say he got what he deserved, he poked the bear one too many times. Others say it doesn't matter what he did, mob justice is still murder. And then came the question, was it self-defense? That's what Alexei claimed. They broke into my house, I was defending myself. But the court did not agree with him. Mexican authorities charged him with homicide. During the trial, the prosecutor pointed out that Alexei had a long history of provoking violence and he had done nothing to defuse the situation. In their eyes, Carlos Eduardo didn't need to die. The judge gave him 37 years in prison. And here is the twist. This wasn't just a Mexican story anymore. Russian media picked it up. For a while, it caused international tension. Russian diplomats asked for a better treatment. They hint that Alexei was mentally ill and shouldn't be punished so harshly. But then, Russian public opinion turned too. Turns out, nobody really wanted to defend a swastika-loving provocateur who filmed himself abusing strangers. Aleksei Makeev became a symbol of everything wrong with online trolls taken to extremes. Someone who thought the internet made him untouchable and who treated real people like they were props in his personal show. As of today, he's still serving his sentence in a Mexican prison. Was Alexei mentally unstable? Almost certainly. Was he also a racist who created his own downfall? Absolutely. The real tragedy is that someone died, a young man with his whole life ahead of him, because the system failed to act before things spiraled. Carlos was feeding a mob, sure, but was unarmed. He threw no punches, no rocks, possibly just words, and he died. Now, did Alexei's mental illness cause this racist tirade, or was it just him being him, like Kanye West? He is severely mentally ill and he knows it. He refuses to take his medication and the illness developed into now making a song about Hitler. Now that is the question. I doubt Alexei is getting any psychological help inside prison, so let's just hope when he gets out, he can resume his life and move on, as anybody should. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like or a dislike, it's fine. And subscribe. It's completely free. Have a fantastic day and I will see you the next one. Stay safe.